Oh, well, we're back. Now we're on part 5 of 6 for YouTube and on the second part of the podcast. So I figured out that I knew I was a workaholic, but I'd lied to everybody saying I was doing it for them. I was doing it for my own praise. And I've been money motivated my entire life, and I've always made a lot of money. So how do you go from being a workaholic for 45 years and not being a workaholic anymore? I found my why in life. I said I know a lot of knowledge, but I want to spend my life with Mila. I'll create a new business, and the business will be teaching other people what you know, how to get out of what they're in. So I started focusing. I knew that I had this addiction. When I'm taking time off to write all these modules, I have a regular date night. You know what a date night is worth when you've been on the road for 40 years and you're lonely and your only love is customers you don't know saying, "Yay, can I have a picture with you?" That's not real. Mila's Greek. She cooks for me. I would have a date night and she would cook fabulous things. She would teach me the Greek dance. She's a hard worker, but she still had time for me. So I suggest when you start analyzing what you want in your life, repair the relationship if you have a significant other, or if you're a workaholic or an alcoholic, use what you want to get in life to use that as a motivation that psychologically fills your emotional need more than the need for a drink or more than the need for gambling. Because when it's all said and done, the one you hold hands with and walk on the beaches in Hawaii, that's real. And I told Mila, I said, I'm a workaholic, but I'm going to learn not to be because of you. You saved my life. She saved my life because I would have continued to, whatever I did, 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week till I died. Because out there in that world of workaholic, everything emotionally was whole. Everything I lacked, I found in my work. Everything I needed from the money, from the fans, from whatever, I was always number one when I sold cars. I was always number one in Holiday Spa. I was always number one for Larry Hahn W Ministries. Every company I created or every job I had, I became number one. It's in me to win. So instead of winning money or winning awards or winning in recognition, I wanted to win at relationships. And I started with the most important one, the relationship with myself. I had to look in the mirror and say, I don't like who you are, Ronnie. You've lied to your family, you've lied to your friends, you've lied to your kids. You told them it was because of them that you were gone all the time. No, it wasn't. It was because of the money. And we all need money, but we don't need to abandon our kids for 30 years. So I said, I'm going to use my second opportunity in life to put everything that I want to be number one in being nice. Number one, in being faithful to the Lord. Number one, in being nice to your neighbors. Number one, every time somebody's with me and I see somebody on the street, I don't care if the sign's not any good. Need money. I don't pass them by. I give them $1 or give them $5. Maybe it's for drugs. Maybe it's for drinking. But maybe 1 out of 100, or maybe more than that, maybe it's a kid that ran away from home that just wants a dollar to be able to go make a phone call and say, Dad, I want to come home. Maybe I'm the reason that one escapes that life. I don't know. I do know that I'm not supposed to judge. So I decided to use what I wanted most, which is a relationship with her, and everything that I failed at to succeed at. And I tell her every week, you saved my life. I love you so much. I give her flowers every week. If a couple of years ago, she told me that her basement was unfinished and she'd always wished she had a finished basement, I created a Greek palace downstairs. This year, she wanted her yard done, and I read the books on how to dig up stuff and how to build patio. I never built a paver patio. And me and my friend from high school, we spent 6 weeks working 12 hours a day to make her yard immaculate, to make a patio, to build retaining walls. Because I love her. And that's more important to me, walking through life. It's more important than having millions of dollars. I've had a lot of money. I've had no money. It's only pieces of paper. But what you have with somebody else is what makes you rich, wealthy. My grandmother said if you only have 5 friends in your entire life that are good friends, then yes, indeed, you are wealthy. And I have a lot of good friends, but I have really very few best friends. That'll be there when it's thick and thin. They'll be there when you screw up. They'll be there when you do something stupid. They'll be there when it's the end of October and they're the one that says, hey, have you opened your mailbox today? And you have. But you're pulling her chain and say, no, I only open it on Sunday. Because they wanted to be the first one to mail you a Christmas card. Now that's your friends. That's the people that you go through life with. That's the people you share time with. And that feeling of having those kind of people in your life is a lot better than having people say, yay, let me get a picture with you. Because that world isn't real. So you have to be able to take and establish a date night, things with your friends, movies with your friends, bowling with some high school friends. We go bowling every week. We play golf, me and Jerry, or me and Charlie play golf. And when you start playing golf, I played regular last summer and played the best golf I played my whole life, because before I'd play once a year in a celebrity event that I'd sponsor something. And you go to the Y and you get to run and shoot basketball that you hadn't played since high school because you've always been too busy. And real quickly the skills come back and you're hitting 3 after 3 and free throw after free throw because I read books on the correct form. And over the years I've learned that anything I can read I can learn. But I have regular things that I do for myself, whether it be cleaning immaculately my house or cleaning the car up or whatever it might do. I have other ways to set little tiny successes. So I'm teaching my body, teaching my brain to have victories after victories after victories. So we'll be right back in a second. I'm going to take just a moment to have a little break of water.